the start of the original Matrix trilogy journey, we had three main characters: Trinity, Morpheus, and Neo. The end of the trilogy ends at the end of the Matrix Revolutions in 2003. It is interesting and noteworthy to mention that after that whole thing, from the beginning of Matrix 1 all the way to the end of Matrix 3, first towards the end of 3 Revolutions, Trinity very, very clearly dies. Then after that, Neo dies with what he has to do to save Zion and to stop the whole machine problem. So we got, at the end of 3 Revolutions, Trinity and Neo both passing. And what we have then is, of those main three main characters, Morpheus, of those three, in the original trilogy, is the only one to live up until the end of the war, with his other two friends and comrades and partners to be gone. In that first 1999 to the two movies in 2003, like that. And another thing about thing to note in regards to both Morpheus and Neo is, when they first meet about 26 minutes into the first movie, the first conversation that Morpheus and Neo have is about how they both respect and honor and just really respect and honor and get along with each other in that very first introduction that they had while talking about what the Matrix means. The last conversation they ever have in Revolutions, before Neo and Morpheus go separate ways, they have a similar acknowledgement of respect and honor, just like their very first conversation. Now, one more thing I want to note about, a few more things about Morpheus, and he's a very, very central and very key character in all this. Don't get me started about all the key stuff in the second one, which, by the way, the second movie, Reloaded, is, in my personal opinion, the only sequel that I think even matters. There's some things that are okay about the third movie, Revolutions, that still make it somewhat worthwhile, not completely bad and really not watchable. But we're going to get to the fourth movie in a moment. Let's go back to talking about Neo and Morpheus. So, all this stuff I'm talking about will be in regards to and connected to anyone who's only actually seen the live action movies. The live action movies. Nothing related to comics or anime or video games. So apparently in one of the video games they had around the same time, in part of the video games, apparently Morpheus gets murdered, killed, taken off by somebody, somehow. In that video game, he gets taken off. But if you've only seen live action and not the video game, and you really just take the video game aspect, all of that apart, away from it, just focusing on the live action, technically speaking, at the end of the three movies, he's the only one that survives to see what it's like after the war when Neo accomplishes it. But again, his two main character friends, Trinity and Neo, don't make it out. Okay, so now we have to start talking about the fourth movie, which I've only seen bits and parts of, which is more than it should ever even have to see really. Okay. So basically, with Morpheus being the only one to make it out of the original trilogy alive, with these other two not, the same actor and actress, playing Neo and Trinity, come back in the fourth movie, which came out in 2021, and it's called The Matrix Resurrections, which, now the title kind of makes sense, because with both Trinity and Neo dying at the end of the third movie, to come back in the fourth movie can only be by being resurrected from your death, in a way. And just on a side note, there's some sort of truth or awareness in Judaism in regards to reincarnation. There is stuff said about reincarnation, but I don't know exactly what it all means. But back to the Matrix, this topic. Okay, so Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections, 2021, both come back, which, by the way, he's still in that John Wick mode. In the original trilogy, Neo and Thomas Anderson have no beard. He's got a beard. I understand he has a beard in John Wick, but that's John Wick. In Matrix, Neo should be beardless. So I don't like how long his hair is and how much of a beard he has in that fourth movie. To me, honestly, that movie is just garbage, woke, garbage trash. Oh, the entire thing, it not really needed. Really was, even the second and third movie were needed, if I want to be honest. But the only sequel I actually really respect and think have a lot going with it is Reloaded, the first of all the sequels, but not any of the other ones. Really, none of them really were needed after the first one. So, let me start to conclude and wrap up how all this connects to each other. So, like I said in the beginning, it started with those three characters in the beginning of the first Matrix movie and all that they did. By the end of the third movie, both Trinity and then Neo get taken out by different things going along with all that, and only Morpheus ends up being the last and only one to make it through of all of that. At least of their main crew there. When they're resurrected to come back in the fourth movie though, they decide they don't want to bring Lawrence Fishburne back and instead have Morpheus be an entirely different and younger character, which I think was the wrong move to make. I also thought it was wrong to them to use a different actor as well and younger for Mr. Smith. So I don't know. I cannot understand anything about that fourth movie. I wouldn't be surprised if they're working on a fifth movie, because, franchises, right? But yeah, if you do, unless you've actually played the video game, which not everybody has, in live action, Morpheus makes it out, with the exception if you consider the video game where he gets killed off in the video game, in which case everybody dies. But I really don't like the fourth movie. And I'm only stating stuff about the third movie because that's where, if you actually watch past the first movie to make it to the end of the third, that's the only way you would know that then Trinity and Neo don't make it through. If you've made it this far into my video here, don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below all of your comments about the Matrix film franchise, what you want to say, start a conversation going about the Matrix film franchise, all in the comments. This is most likely, I can't know for sure, but this is probably my third and final Matrix movie video as far as Matrix topics concerned, unless I change my mind about that. And with that said, I will put for you guys in the description box the 1-minute clip of me performing one of Morpheus' quotes from Matrix Reloaded, because I think he's such an essential and very vocal and got his message out with all his speeches, and I think I really memorized that speech really well. I filmed it back during the beginning of C19 Beer Bug, somewhere between the spring of 2020. So I'll link for that for you at the description box. That was made in 2020, and I'll also link for you my January 2025 video on why I really like Matrix Reloaded. And I've already stated why I don't like the third and fourth movie. So, but yeah, Neo, don't have a beard or hair like you do. That's only a John Wick thing. That's not meant for the Matrix world. I think they live action wise they really did Morpheus dirty by changing the character that way. Same way as Agent Smith, and I really don't know how long this is running for, so I'm going to just try try to get the whole last few lines out here. I really like Keanu Reeves as a person, not just as an actor, but as a person in general. He's just like a good human to people. I didn't care. I didn't care for the third Bill and Ted movie. I did not care for the third Bill and Ted movie, but I did really enjoy John Wick 4. John Wick 3 and 4. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why. This is kind of a random video, but after so much going on, I decided I have an idea about these observations, as it's titled something along the lines of an observation of the Matrix film franchise in regards to those characters, who dies when, why they die, who doesn't come back, who does come back. And I think you got the idea, vision for the most part. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about why we as humans, why we are all on Earth. What is one of the main reasons? The philosophy of the whole thought process of contemplation of why are we all here on Earth? And it's a very, very simple answer, and that you'll get in the next topic. So, with all that said, we'll see you at the movies. We'll see you at the movies. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. Signing out.